Hello, this is Rico Cavilla, America's healthy aging trainer and creator of the Ageless Living Lifestyle. And this is your Fearless Aging podcast. And in this episode, I want to talk about compassion because this is something that's so important and it's something that I'm learning about and trying to learn to become more compassionate myself. So let's start with the definition. Well, first of all, it's a combination of sympathy and empathy. Sympathy is just the formal expression of pity or sorrow for someone else's misfortune. You say, "Oh, I'm sorry this happened to you," but that really doesn't do anybody much good. And then empathy is sympathy, but it's also having the ability to understand and kind of share the feelings of another to make the person know that you understand what they're feeling. But again, that doesn't really help a whole lot. So compassion is a combination of sympathy and empathy. And the spiritual meaning of compassion is not to only feel for others, but to do something about it. In other words, you have to change how you're living and help to change how other people are living. So people that are experiencing some uh, big misfortune, that we actually have compassion about it and we're actually helping them out. And so it's also about being more compassionate to ourselves and learn to love ourselves more and to love our lives more. And fortunately, there are many more compassionate people in the world than there are people who care only about themselves, such as many of the world leaders today and some of the big corporations, like all they care about is their bottom line and how much money they make. And there are many organizations that are making a big difference with showing lots of compassion. The first one that comes to mind is Doctors Without Borders. These are doctors who are just going in all around the world where people, in war-torn areas and where people really need medical help and they don't have any there locally. So these are people who are really being compassionate or really reaching out to help their brothers and sisters. And there's so many more humanitarian groups and people that are doing some really compassionate things around the world. So I think we slowly are becoming a more compassionate people and more compassionate world. The spiritual teachings that I study say that compassion is the number one thing that we need more of on planet Earth. That's the main reason. That's the main thing that we're lacking is more compassion. There's absolutely no reason why there should be any hunger, any poverty. There should be no reason why we're still fighting and having wars and killing each other. It's just really insane. You would think that we have advanced enough spiritually to know that we are all brothers and sisters and that we are all just one group of human beings on this planet and that we're all equal and that we need to uh, just work together. I feel we need to replace competition with collaboration and conflict with cooperation and scarcity with abundance. I think that kind of says it all. Can you imagine if we were just at peace and every human being had a decent standard of living and had the opportunity to be their true creative self? What would life be? What would our life be like? I mean, look at what we have created so far with a small percentage of people able to have the opportunity and the resources to create anything. It would be truly, it might be too much. It would be truly amazing. We've created so many amazing things technologically and in the art field and all different fields in music and sports and literature and all these things. And again, only the few have had that opportunity because the mass of people are just struggling with trying to survive, just trying to survive. So look at all the amazing creativity and geniuses that we've been holding back, that we could be experiencing. And it's been calculated that it would only take 0.5% of the world population to raise their consciousness up high enough to believe that we can create peace and prosperity for all of humanity. So we need more people to get this message out to the world. And as that happens, then the masses begin to come on board. That's like the saying, the rising tide raises all boats. So we need to be the rising tide that raises all the boats here and gets this word out that we can create peace and prosperity and let go of the past and all these old beliefs that it's a struggle. It's a dog world, and all these sort of things that are just holding people back. So, if you think logically and compassionately about this situation that we are currently in, you'll realize that it's just absolutely crazy that we are living this way, still living in fear when we could be living in love and sharing all the amazing things that we have to offer as human beings with each other. It's especially hard to understand when even all the religions, which have a lot of downside, of course, a lot of old beliefs and dogma that are holding people back, but yet most all religions and spiritual teachings say to love your brother as yourself, right? All the great masters, Jesus and Buddha and everyone has always said that, and everybody sort of knows that. So why are we not doing that? So complacency is a major challenge that we need to solve. We all need to step up and say enough about this ignorance and this acceptance of the fear and greed that still exists in every country and every government. And I think we really need to forget all about this nationalism and embrace worldism. I think maybe I made up a new I made up a new word, wordism, instead of nationalism, earthism. We're all just one people on this planet, and we need to share everything and be like the brothers and sisters that we are. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't still have all the different cultures and different way people think and live and create. That's what makes it wonderful. It wouldn't be too much fun if we were all just the same, right? But we don't need any nationalism, any real separation from countries. We're just all one people living on this planet, and we can all live in peace and still have our own cultures and beliefs and things that we want to do. So, I have to admit, that's the reason I'm talking about this, because I have to admit to being less than compassionate in the past. Now, I think I've always been a very honest and fair and kind person, but I just haven't been that compassionate. I've just really been, as a younger person, wrapped up in what I was doing and thinking about myself and my friends, and not really being all that considerate, maybe of other people or other countries or other ideas. And just, I think I've always been kind, but maybe not really compassionate, to where we're going to step up and actually help to make things better for everybody else. And I also want to relate this to my wellness coaching and my training business. I have to say, that when you've made creating a high level of fitness and health and concern for our environment and all these things a priority in your life, as I have, it's difficult not to be critical of those who have not. And I admit that I've been guilty of this. Not that I feel superior or better than anybody else, but I'm definitely critical and people who are not taking care of themselves and not being healthier, because they are creating a burden on our society and also not respecting our environment. But we have to, again, everybody's in a different place. Everybody, I think, if they had the choice, well, we actually do have a choice, but if they realize they have the choice, everyone wants to be their very best self. They want to do good. They want to be successful. They want to be happy. They want to be kind. And so whatever experiences that we all have had that create, that our circumstances and what we're thinking and believing right now, it's just the way it is. So we have to be more compassionate for people who are not doing as well as they could and not making the contribution that we need to. So I think this type of responsibility and awareness lifestyle will, as more people begin to understand this, will offer so many personal benefits as well as the social benefits. And it'll make a big difference when everybody becomes more compassionate and realizes that everybody's where they're at, and all we can do is try to help, be the best that we can be, and get out and and educate people and educate our young people and get these kind of messages out so more people will be able to come on board. So again, everybody wants to, to live a high, enlightened life if they knew how. So I'm trying not to be so critical of others anymore, and instead of complaining and criticizing people, we need to help to raise up their consciousness as to what's possible for themselves and for all of humanity and for us as well. So I'm working on being more compassionate and kind to everyone. And even in, when I work with my clients and in my workshops and all that, I understand that, everybody has different situations and fears and experiences, and to let them know that it's okay where they are now, but we all need to move forward. And that's what it's all about, helping each other to move forward and to create a better life, so that we can collectively then help to create a healthier, more peaceful and prosperous world for everyone. So that's what I'm trying to focus on now in all my trainings and all my interactions with clients and people, and all of my writings and podcasts and all the people that I can deal with, is to be more compassionate and get this message out to the world, so that we all can contribute to creating this amazing world that we could be having. I mean, it's already an amazing world, but just think how it would be if we really were at peace and we're just cooperating. Everybody was excited and inspired and being creative. Oh my gosh, it would be so much fun. So again, what I teach, the Ageless Living Lifestyle, is what I believe is the foundation, for being able to have lots of energy and good health and be as creative and as you can possibly be, and see what we can come up with to create a much healthier and prosperous, fun world for everyone. So I think that about sums it up. I think we all just need to focus more on how compassionate we can be, and be kind to everybody, and be more understanding. I'm definitely working on that. So I hope you will do that as well. So I think that's going to wrap it for this episode of how to be and why we need to be more compassionate. So I'll end today's message with just all about, I think it really comes down to all about loving ourselves more, because the more we love ourselves, in our life, the better our life becomes, and the better the life of everybody that we come in contact will become again. So love yourself more. And as always, I invite you to go to my website, BeBoldNeverBeOld.com. That's my online wellness club, where you can become a member for just $1 for the first 30 days. You're going to get 4 personal training videos from me that cover many of the health and fitness challenges that you most likely are having. So go to BeBoldNeverBeOld.com and check it out. And I'd love to have you join our movement to be bold and to never be old, and to be more compassionate. Thanks very much for listening.